Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. It's 3 o'clock. I'm going to call the Library Board of Trustees meeting to order. Can you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3 on the agenda is public comment. Do we have any public comment? Seeing none, we'll go to item 4, roll call of members.
Maddie Cerna.
Ryan Swarzak.
Dr. Segura.
Item 5 is verification of posting of the agenda.
Tara
Like-
Adams for the,
Pardon?
sorry.
Do you want me to make a motion?
No.
Oh.
No motion.
Oh, no motion is needed?
Okay.
Okay.
Tara Adams for the record. The agenda was posted on the 17th day of April 2026 between the hours of 1 and 5 p.m. at all locations posted on the agenda in accordance with statutes.
Thank you. Item 6, consideration possible action, approval of minutes of the meeting held on March 26, 2026. Any discussion? How about I'll call for a motion?
I move to approve the minutes of the meeting held on March 26, 2026.
Motion's been made by Maddie. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Do I have any public comments? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Item 7 on the agenda is presentation of awards to the individuals who won in the bookmark design contest held by the library in conjunction with the Churchill County School District. John?
So, I'm going to stand here because I just want to let you know that the library's second annual bookmark design contest was a success. All Churchill County School District schools, as well as Oasis, Veritas, Logos, Fallon Adventist, and the Naval Air Station Fallon CDC participated in the contest. There was also a new category for homeschool students and adult residents of the county. So thank you to the Library Board of Trustees, the CLA Board, and library staff for voting. These beautiful bookmarks are available at the desk here to your right and also at the library. So first, I will announce the 18 winning contestants here, where you'll receive a contestant, Magdalena Bear, where we'll give you your certificate, and then you'll stay and line up over here for your photos along this desk area, this stage area, okay? And we'll take a group photo there. So going alphabetically, Valerie Antus. Congratulations. Thank you. Christine Barnhouse. Kinley Butterbrett. Congratulations. Lucas Chappell. Okay. Brielle Davis. Congratulations. Can I start shaking hands? Sorry. Kiara Etheridge. Okay. Regan Farley. Okay, congratulations. Ron Fritcher. Mercedes Jung. Angie Lee. Zero Leong. Fiona Miller. Sunny Nadeau. Angel Elena's Peru. Emily Smith. Addison Trodal. Mia Trodal. Wow, 2 in 1 family. Congrats. And finally, JC Zimney. All right, so we will gather down for a photo. Okay.
All right. Item 8 is the training, discussion of the training module 4 completed by the Library Board of Trustees and Library Director. John?
Yes. So the module 4, the library director's job, And so the workbook for that module states the following. List 3 interview questions you would ask of a candidate for the director's position. Then list 3 qualifications that you would consider most important in ranking candidates for the director's position. Consider why you have chosen these and talk to your fellow trustees about their responses to this question. And so you don't have to do all 3 for each category, but what interview questions would you design for the director's position? What qualifications would be required for this position? And then any thoughts afterwards. And so I can start off and you can discuss, or you can suggest your own interview questions. It wasn't long ago when I was in this position, so I'll just start and then you can, again, offer your own interview questions. So, which one should I choose? I would say that one question that, I developed, or that might have been asked in my interview, was how do you develop professional philosophy and experience? I guess I would ask it this way. How would you develop your professional philosophy and in supporting community services and cooperation with other libraries or agencies? And so with that in mind, it's just a matter of just exploring how your public library values for the candidate, what they are, and their ability to cooperate with the community and the co-op libraries that are in Nevada. And so, I really prioritize responsive community service. It's really important for a director to support outreach and partnerships with the local community, and also strengthen their relationship with the co-op committees on the various director meetings among different directors in the co-op. But is there any questions, or are there other questions that you would ask for this position?
John, I'd like to go over, one of my questions that was
Yes.
asked of you, and you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
Is how you're going to involve the community and what's your experience in a rural community. And I want to commend you on the different things that you've got started. Thank you.
Yes, that's a great question, because all libraries are different, and you have to know how to work with a rural community. Yes. Any discussion on that, or the other 2 questions, or anyone want to share a different interview question?
Can you guys hear me?
Well, okay.
We can hear you.
Well, I'll just go to the next.
Go ahead, Sari.
Okay, I loved Sue's question. Mine was along the same line. Another question I would ask in an interview process if we were given, it was, how would you gain the interest of an unruly child? I think that's very library specific. Because you guys have to deal with a whole bunch of different personality types, and I think a director needs to be aware of that before they step into this position, as you have done, John, which I commend you on.
Yes, thank you. Well, I will just go over the qualifications that I listed, but certainly provide your own. They may seem obvious, but it's really important that they have successful administrative and supervisory experience, just because just supervising staff, going through personal evaluations, just budgeting and those day-to-day operations, you need experience for this role. Number 2 is their leadership philosophy and how it aligns with the library's mission and community needs. Because you may have your own philosophy, but you really have to make sure it aligns, again, with what the community, each community is different. And so you have to be able to adapt and be communicative with the community. And then finally, strong communication and advocacy skills. And so you have to be able to articulate library needs, goals, and outcomes. And communication also involves being transparent, which is something that the community needs to see with budget and various factors of what the library is doing. And so through transparency, it can lead to change that all parties can make informative decisions because they're getting the information. So I can always do better, but those are things that I recognize. Any other qualifications that you identify for this director position?
Yeah, I think another one that certainly we discussed when we were going through the interview process was education. And I can't remember if we asked any questions in this vein. I didn't go as far as rewatching the meeting, but I did wonder, or I would have liked to hear from someone that I was interviewing, what aspects of your education, were really important or, fundamental for your, preparation for this position. I think that would have been interesting to hear a little more about that.
Yeah, that's good point. I think I did share a little bit about my thesis for my dissertation on conflict resolution and how leadership development programs can help library directors manage conflict in their organization. So yeah, that was very, I was excited to share a little bit about that, but yeah, that's a good point to ask about. Anybody else? Okay, well, with that, yeah, thank you. And if you have further discussions, just let me know. But that's...
John, can I say
yes,
one
go
thing?
ahead.
Just going through this training, I was a little bit almost disturbed because when it was going through like the hiring of a new director, it kind of made me feel like the board was in charge of advertising for a new director, asking whatever questions they wanted to during the interview process, checking the interviewer's references, and sending them a letter of approval with their salary and benefits. And all of us on this board has had the opportunity of hiring a new director, and the only things we were in charge of was the interviewing process. But we were given a predetermined set of questions deciding who the best candidate was. And then we got to approve the salaries that was, I think, determined by HR. So I wanted to bring this up because this training made it sound like the library board was almost like an all-deciding entity in the hiring of the new director. And I just want to make sure everybody who's on the board and new members, if we get new members, know that we are just a very small piece of the library team. It's not just as board members and library employees, but it's also county officials that are part of this library team too.
Thank you, Sari. Okay. Well, that, yeah, basically that's the module that I wanted to go over. So thank you for everyone's contribution.
Thank you, John. Is there any other comments before we move on? Seeing none, we will go on to the Library Board Trustees report. Any board members have any comments?
Yeah.
I'm raising my, oh, sorry, Maddie.
Oh, no. Feel free to go first.
Thank you, Maddie. I'm sorry, I was waiting. But I just wanted to, I got the chance to experience Lily's Bad Art program. It was either last week or a couple weeks ago. And it was just so much fun. It was fun seeing the people there, and it was all ages. I was at a table with, I want to say probably middle school students, and it was just a lot of fun doing the bad art. She had us going through old books and making art out of these old books that would probably get thrown away because they weren't of any use anymore. So it was a lot of fun interacting with the kids and a lot of fun seeing everything that Lily comes up with. So.
So my son really enjoys going to play board games at the library, and I think it's been really exciting to watch the last few weeks. A lot of people have been playing chess and the other board games, but I think I heard talk of having to add another night so that chess could have its own night because they have so many people who are excited, running out of tables. So I just thought that was really neat, a great problem to have.
John, I attended your meet and greet, and I thought it was very nice, well attended. I got to see the 3D printer printing off the Star Wars chess pieces. It was really neat. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everyone's positive comments. My team is amazing, and the Meet the Director, 3D printer, and the game nights, it's all because of the team. Thank you. I'll tell them.
Can I add one more thing?
Go ahead.
To Ryan's comment about the meet the director, David, I went to that too, and I was just so amazed and grateful for our community coming out and supporting that. So I want to send out a public thank you. And it was so amazing seeing all the different people there, seeing past and present teachers and seeing past and present library staff. That was a lot of fun. Volunteers, patrons, and members of the CLA and members of the board. So I hope, John, in my whole heart, that I hope you feel welcomed by our community because you are doing such a great job.
Thank you, Sari. I do feel very welcome by all the community.
We're going to go on to item 10, the library director's report.
Yes, so I just want to first introduce, and you may already know, Magdalena Bayar, our adult program librarian, and a lot of things that I'll read off the report. She just came today to just help support the bookmark contest setup, and on the table you'll see the various bookmarks that were winners, and then some of our programming that is coming up, like our that she's designed, such as author talks, and we have like a bath bomb adult crafting program, and some of our other team that have designed a Star Wars event. So you can see that at the table. And so I just want to say that she does a lot of our programming, STEAM, and story times are really popular, and a volunteer reception. So it's people like her, there's a whole team as a whole. Tom helped with the bookmark contest, and Ashley, that Maddie was talking about, game nights, Ashley's responsible for that. So again, they're all valued team members. And so, yeah, thank you, Magdalena, for helping me today. So I'm just going to go and just highlight a few things, is that in terms of facilities, they're doing a great job in terms of helping us redesign parts of the library where there's, a dedicated space for a workbench in our workspace to help Ashley, our technical services librarian, process books. And yeah, they've been efficient in helping in other library spaces that I'll talk about later. In terms of personnel, I am currently serving on the planning committee for the upcoming Directors Summit, which is a Nevada co-op kind of workshop that's going to be held from May 13th to 15th at UNR Lake Tahoe campus. So I'm just being well connected with other directors. In terms of finances, we have been approved for our $27,000 LSTA revitalization grant that we've talked about in months before. But we got the GIA, and so we are now ordering new children's bookshelves, whiteboards, display panels, and bushel paper holders and new book carts that are arriving in May. So thank you for the team for getting this grant. In terms of training, which is on the strategic plan, but we are doing April staff training, which is on creating a culture of trust and bridge building through Web Junction. So staff will view this, and then we'll have small group discussion. This Friday, I will be attending the Nevada Library Association conference from Friday, April 25th to the 26th. Good thing is that all funds are covered by the NSLA Continuing Education Grant, and so I'll provide a summary of the conference. And we are excited to say that Ancestry Library Edition, we've talked about it in past board meetings, but we will be receiving it beginning in May. So it says July 1st, but we were able to push it up to May. So Magdalena here is in communication to see where, so she's working with the museum. She's going to develop some programming around this ancestry database on genealogy type programs. And so with our programming, we have a lot. And so again, there's going to be this exciting author talk series is really growing. So on Tuesday, April 14th, we had 14 people attend Jackie Turner's author talk that you can see below. And we have an additional author talk coming soon. Do you want to? The 28th. So yeah, you can look out on the desk here for more information. The story times in the month of March, we had 15 story time sessions with a total attendance of 308. And we also have grab and go crafts that are available, and 26 people utilized that. So thank you to Magdalena for doing that. We had a popular Super Smash Brothers tournament. 20 people participated, and on March 28th, and Tom was able to host and lead the tourney. On that same day, we also had Farm Friends. So we're really busy that day, that Saturday. 82 people came and learned about sheep, goats, chickens, and rabbits. We're able to pet them and did a sheep craft. And so special thanks to the University of Reno, Nevada Extension and the 4-H group for providing the animals at no cost. There'll be alpacas at the library on May 2nd at 11 a.m. So, people can enjoy meeting alpacas and doing some crafts. And really exciting is on May 1st, we're going to start doing these Star Wars events on May 1st and May the 4th, Be With You. And so they'll be able to enjoy a lightsaber building on that Friday, May 1st. And the first 50 people will get free tickets to the upcoming show, Star Wars films at the Found Theater. We are working together with them, so we'll have an outreach booth later that day at the Found Theater lobby. So special thank you to the Found Theater Committee and Glenn Perazzo. But also additionally, on that May 4th, there'll be an opportunity for the community to come in dressed in their Jedi costume. There'll be a photo booth with props, and there'll be some fun Star Wars crafts and activities. So that will be there. And again, thank you for the library board. I didn't put on here, but the Meet the Director event on Thursday, April 16th. So special thank you for the CLA, Churchill Library Association Committee for supporting this fundraiser. And, we had a raffle for different items, and we had different library stations that my team worked really hard on to illustrate the various programs and different activities that volunteers are doing. And we had props there demonstrating some of the kits that we had. So thank you for the library team for setting this up, and then thank you for the board members that were able to come out there and support the event. And I will just say that, yeah, we've done a lot of outreaches, and so Carla Kent, from the city council has really helped me set up for different outreach events. So thank you to her. And the library booth will be present at the Green Goddess Outdoor Market on Sunday, May 3rd on Main Street from 10 to 2. We anticipate a large turnout, and so we'll highlight our seed library, Spice Club, Master Gardener programs, and just our collection about gardening in general. We had a really popular, successful volunteer reception, again, supported by the Churchill Library Association on March 12th. And so it was attended we had about 40 people come out for the reception. And so, 40 people in total. Come out to support the volunteers that were able to come out. And so there were CLA members, library board members, and library staffs, and they got gifts, these cool library mugs, and enjoyed food together. So thank you to Magdalena for planning the reception. And so you can kind of see our displays. They're very creative. It's helping these books fly off the shelves by doing these, seasonal and displays about gardening, and then our Women's History Book Club, it's helping highlight our collection. So that's my report, and if you have any questions. You're busy. Yes, it's kind of long, so you're doing a lot.
Any questions for John? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Item 11 is new business. Item A, consideration and possible action, approval of monthly budget reports for March 2026. Is there any discussion? See none, I will ask for a motion.
I move to approve the monthly budget reports for March of 2026.
Motion's been made by Maddie and seconded by Sue. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I will ask for a vote.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Item B is consideration and possible action, approval of library fund report for March 2026.
I move to approve the library gift fund report for March 2026.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made by Maddie, second been made by Sue. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll ask for a vote.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Next item is consideration and possible action, review of Library Board of Trustees bylaws. Any discussion?
Yes, I'm curious on the office, and I know we're very lucky and we have Tara, who actually does help us with the minutes. I'm just, it mentions a secretary and we don't have one, which I haven't noticed any huge negative effect of this, but I just wonder, if we want to talk about what the secretary might do, if we'd like to modify the bylaws to indicate that we don't need a secretary. I'm just curious what people think about the secretary position.
Maddie, I was the secretary last year, and I really didn't do anything because Pam was doing the minutes back then for me. And so I really don't think the secretary is a necessary position anymore.
So do you think, Sari, that we need to modify the bylaws, or do you think it's okay to just have the secretary mentioned, but we don't need one? I'm curious.
I really don't know, because I would think that the secretary position was just to write the minutes, but I would hate to get rid of that position in case, like, a couple years down the road, we need a secretary again for some odd reason. So but I don't know if that is legal or whatever to say that we need one and then don't have one. So I don't know if the bylaws need to be adjusted.
This is Cecilia Blue for the record, and I'm a deputy DA. And just weighing in with regard to the question from Siri, who is on the line for this meeting, the response is that the bylaws can remain as is. I think that's a great idea, as opposed to amending them now, finding out 2 years from now you need a secretary and having to re-amend. It's just a matter of efficiency, not a matter of law.
Thank you very much, Cecilia.
I'm curious, does anyone consider or like the idea of, I don't know how I feel about it, I'm just sort of thinking out loud, giving the secretary some additional responsibilities? Maybe they have a little bit more of an emphasis on perusing, so keep the secretary, appoint a secretary, and say, look over the minutes with extra care, or I don't know if we think there are any other important things that a secretary might do besides actually create the minutes.
And there is
Maddie, in
nothing,
answer to
I just wanted to weigh in, this is Cecilia Blue again for the record. There's no legal prohibition for you all adding additional duties for a secretary so that you could have that position engage with the board. But the NRS doesn't, the NRS is actually silent with regard to that.
Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate it.
So I think we just leave it for now. Just with Tara, the county doing the recordings because of because of the open meeting law and doing that. I think we just leave it as alone for now, and we'll just move forward and just leave it in there.
I agree, Ryan.
I have no problem with that.
Any other discussion on the bylaws? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to continue with the bylaws that we have in place as is.
Motion's been made by Sue. Is there a second?
Do we need a motion? I'm okay with seconding, but is there a problem with having, is this a good motion? Do we think yes?
Yes, because
Yeah,
the agenda
yeah.
says consideration and possible action, so you're free to do that.
Okay, all right, I second that.
Any public comment? Hearing none, I will ask for a vote.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Next item is consideration and possible action, review of the roles of the chair and vice chair for the Library Board of Trustees. Any discussion, comments? Hearing none. Okay, this
I'm,
question. Do we need to take a vote on this? No. If we're not changing, okay.
I'm curious, even if we choose not to change anything, which is fine, I just wonder what do people think, especially the vice, I'm particularly interested in the vice chair, but I'm curious, what do people see as the responsibilities of the vice chair? I do know that in the past, the vice chair has run meetings when the chair was not present. So I know that happens, but is the vice chair, does anyone know of anything else that the vice chair is expected to do?
I can tell you that the NRS is very much silent with regard to the vice chair and chair duties.
So I would say that if the chair was not available, like I signed all the certificates for the bookmarks, that you would take, that if I was not available or the chair's not available, the vice chair would take those responsibilities. So no changes will be made. We will move on. If there's no other discussion, we'll move on to the last item. Consideration and possible action, review of the 5-year plan for the Churchill County Library. I just asked for any discussion or comments.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, so far with the strategic plan, the goals, there's 5 goals: customer service, partnerships, educate the community, grow responsibly, and raise awareness. And so those kind of fall in line with active strategies that the library currently is working on. For example, customer service. We are working on a survey for the homebound book delivery. We are scheduling that webinar training in April. With partnerships, we're establishing partnerships that we haven't done recently with the Fallon Paiute Shoshone Tribe, the Fallon Theater, UNR Extension, the museum. So it kind of fits in line what we're already doing. So we can always look at it in the future because, 5 years that's a long time. So yeah, it just started last year though. So I just feel like we are already working towards a lot of these goals and it'll be part of my evaluation as well. So I kind of just want to focus on achieving new programming here, growing responsibly. Ashley and the team has really itemized materials. We're creating order and receiving procedures, and we're achieving even little things like charging stations. We put in more charging stations and so on. So I think after this year, we can always amend the strategic plan.
Cecilia, does the NRS have anything to say on library strategic plans? I'm curious.
I can tell you that with regard to the NRS and specifically the library board, what it mainly speaks to is the county commissioners and its role with regard to the library board, but it does not dictate how you do your duties.
I feel that I was on the 5-year strategic plan committee. I think we spent we spent a lot of time on this, and for right now, I think it's good as it is, as is. That's my opinion.
I agree, Ryan.
I agree.
I wanted to comment. This strategic plan was made before John became our director. And John, I know I'm constantly commending you, and I don't want you to think it's just, that it doesn't come from the heart because it's just what I do. But I'm just so appreciative of how you came into this with this already set up, and you are just knocking it out of the park. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. And some of my preparation for this position, a lot of the goals in the strategic plan, thankfully kind of align with what I envisioned. So I don't see immediate change either. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
I have a question about your
sure.
evaluation. Who does it? When's it done? Is it yearly? Does the county do it? Do we do it?
Yeah. I'd like to know like mid-year, like so that I know I'm
Yeah.
going in the right direction. But
and-
I suppose, yeah, I'm curious about that too. So
I think that's a question for HR.
Okay, perfect.
Any other discussions? Seeing none and with no changes to the plan, we will move on to item 12, consideration future agenda items. I would like, on Sue's comment, maybe we could have an agenda item to discuss the review process for the director.
I'd also like to see the instrument being used. And if people have met with you, here's what you're being evaluated on. Has that happened yet, John?
not
Okay.
really. So this is good. Yeah, I
okay.
agree. Thank
I
you.
agree, Ryan.
I agree. It's a good idea.
Any other agenda items? Okay. So item 13 is their second place for public comment. Is there any public comment?
Yes, I'd like to make a public comment on behalf of Jessica Rowe, who has decided to resign from the Library Board of Trustees due to work commitments. And so she's honored to serve on this board. It's just that she has other obligations. So she couldn't be here today. So I'll just read this letter. Dear members of the Churchill County Library Board of Trustees, it is with a full and grateful heart that I submit my resignation from the board effective April 23rd, 2024, 2026. Typo.
I'm just going to step in right now. I asked John to read it on the record as is, but she did put the wrong year on the letter.
Yes.
And we did try to elicit an updated letter. We did not get that. So the year is reflected as 2024. She intended 2026. It is a Scrivener's error, just for the record.
Thank you. Serving on the Churchill County Library Board during the last 2 years has been such a meaningful and formative experience for me. I am deeply thankful for the opportunity to learn alongside and from this remarkable community. Our library stands as a vital living space of connection, curiosity, and care, and it has been an honor to be able to contribute to that ongoing work. I am proud of what we have navigated and accomplished together, particularly during challenging times that ask much of our leadership, creativity, and commitment. Through it all, I have been continually impressed by the dedication and adaptability of our library staff, the steadfast support of other board members, and our partners with the county, and of the heartfelt support from the broader community of Churchill County. I am deeply grateful to our new director, John Hong, for his vision and experience, and I know that he will take this work forward in a positive manner. At this moment, I find myself called to focus more fully on upcoming professional projects, and I believe it is also important to make room for new voices and perspectives who can help guide the library into its next chapter. I step away with confidence in the library's future and the capable hands that will continue to steward it. I am doing this in full affection for and belief in our library, and with thankfulness to the civic care and commitment of those who continue to serve our community by supporting our library's vital mission. I will continue to be a committed supporter and enthusiastic advocate for this mission and this treasured resource going forward. With sincere gratitude, Jessica Rowe.
Thank you, John. Any other comment or any other comments?
I'd like to know the timeline.
It's not on the agenda and we can't discuss it.
So it's not, the position won't be open until next, is that our next agenda item? Okay.
Ryan, I would like to make a public comment in hopes that Jessica is watching this meeting, and if she isn't,
You can't, we can't, Siri, we can't discuss it. It's just a public comment. It's not on the agenda.
I know, I would like to make a public thank you to Jessica for being a board member, for just being so awesome, and the way she ran the board meetings. I just want to send out a great big thank you for doing it with grace, patience, and eloquence. And thank you, Jessica, for being a member of the board for the time that you gave.
And Siri, definitely thank you for the appreciation shown toward that former board member, but we will have it on the agenda. We will open the agenda item for public comment at that time, but thank you very much.
Hearing no more public comment, meeting has been adjourned.